Are you scared of failing? Are you scared of success? Are you just scared? Are you just a little bit worried about if you do the thing, then it might not work out, or you might look stupid, or things might fall apart? Do you have that barrier of fear that's getting in the way of you becoming the thing that you want to become, or the thing that you just want to do or achieve? Well, if so, you're in the right place. Keep watching this video because we're going to dive into why fear of success is getting in the way of you becoming your best self. So keep watching, you know what to do, and all that stuff. See you in a bit. Alright, so what is failure? We've talked about this before. Failure is simply part of the success equation, whether it's health, wealth, relationships, abundance, career, whatever you want. Failure is part of the process. We can't have success without the failure. And furthermore, failure is literally embedded in the success. If you look at anything, any athlete, any actor, brain surgeon, I'm going all over the place with references here, but literally anything, you cannot get up the success ladder without these steps. And these steps, sometimes they fall through, sometimes they change, sometimes shit happens, sometimes you get right up there and the whole thing shifts. The world is in a constant state of change, and if we tune into this fact and we know that nothing is ever really finite, even if we plan out this perfectly planned plan, things just change, distractions, things move, and we've got to shift and we've got to bend and we've got to flow around the rock sometimes. So failure is something we really need to come to terms with, and also embrace, hug it wherever possible. Obviously, if it's really distraught and distressing, I'm not, being incredibly naive here, but failure is part of it, and the more you allow yourself to embrace it and move into it and see it as a part of the steps to success, then the sooner you're going to have an easier time in getting there and seeing that you are on these steps as you go. It's not here and everything's brilliant. The most successful people in the world will tell you that, they're not happy, or they're still striving for more. There's always more. We only really see people who feel at peace when they allow in peace in their hearts, in their work, in their relationships, and people that choose to see peace and love as a priority in life. So we look to the monks and we look to the Zen people and the meditators and the yogis for these kind of answers. And a lot of the time we're looking outwards to trying to get validation and approval and to try and figure out who we are. Oh, this person will tell me who I am. That person will tell me what I'm missing. It's a trap. It's always a trap. Yes, it's more knowledge. Yes, it's more information. Yes, it's more puzzle pieces, but it's ultimately more data to add to the original question. So tune in. And once you tune in and realize that you found your purpose in life, always step number one, find the purpose. The next step is to actualize your vision. And with this, we get the big thing of fear. We get imposter syndrome. We get, I'm too scared to be successful, or I'm too scared to fail. So let's just talk about it and get this job done, because we haven't got time to be stuck in and to be paralyzed by fear. It's such a meh thing. It's such a crappy obstruction. So let's look at failure for what it is. It's a stepping stone to success. That's when they fall. It's experience. It's a chance to learn. It's a chance to grow. It's a chance to define. It's a chance to nurture what you're starting and creating. And it's ultimately a chance to get feedback on what you're doing. Now, there's been a couple of times in my life when I've had a fear of failure, many times, a couple of times I can just think of. One is I was asked to do a festival before I was ready, to do a speaking festival, to put on a couple of talks, talk about whatever I wanted to talk about for 45 minutes, and then do another one. And I was in this mindset of, yes, I'll do it. Yep, let's go. And I said yes. And as soon as I said yes, I had this dread and fear that was with me every time I saw the calendar days just going down and down and down towards this date. And what I realized was I was gonna do it, I was gonna pull it off because I decided to. So therefore, once you've said yes, just do everything you can to get the job done. And then fear can just take a shelf for the moment because you're doing it regardless. What's the worst that could happen? You could mess up. The way to really, really combat fear is to be prepared. Just be prepared. And if you know you're not gonna be able to be prepared, then just say no. So we've got two things we can do here. One, look at the opportunity we're given or the problem and decide in that moment, can I do this? If there's a little part of you that knows that you can, just say yes and decide you're gonna commit to making that happen. And then once you made that commitment, fear, put it on the shelf. You just don't need it. It's just gonna get in your way. And now and again, it's gonna come down and try and get you. Just keep doing that. Make that sound. Messed it up. So our first step is to really not let the fear paralyze us in our mission here, whether it's a new job, a new relationship, or a relationship we've got to break up, or a promotion opportunity where you've got to kind of dive into it to make it happen. Or my friend asked me to do a Red Hot Chili Peppers tribute act just for one gig, learn all the old stuff. I had to sing it. Up here was a whole load of, what do I even feel about doing that? And the joy and the happiness I thought it would bring our community of friends just outweighed the, just completely outweighed it. So in that moment, I realized I had one option, was to get prepped. And that was just to learn a lot of old 90s Red Hot Chili Peppers songs. And I had a timeline. That was the timeline. This was the amount of songs. And it was just a case of, okay, one a day, let's just go. And I spent hours and hours prepping, learning all these raps. And we did it. And it was incredibly fun. And the experience that gave me showed me that I could stretch my singing. I could be thrown into a new scary opportunity and plow through it and succeed. And that was just a small fun thing that, you know, is not a big thing. But a promotion could be an opportunity to completely change your life. And the fear of, what happens if I don't beat that guy or that woman? Like, what happens if I don't get the promotion and they get it? What then? Who cares? We go back to the drawing board and the next opportunity comes around. There's the Eminem song, you got one shot. Just don't miss your chance to hit that one shot or whatever it is. There's loads of shots. Just keep showing up, keep lighting matches, see which one lights up, keep putting the action out, keep moving towards your goal, keep defining your vision, keep moving, putting, doing, stuff comes up. Just take the opportunities as they arise, decide you can do it if you believe you can, and get the job done. All right, so how do we do it? How do we stop the fear taking over us and just pulling us down? No, I can't. How do we get out of that mindset? Well, there's a great book called Yes Man, which was made into a film as well. And you can imagine the principle of the book. say yes. Just say yes. If you fully know that it's not on your, if it's going to veer you off your life path, if it's something that's going to take you away from the focus of what you're doing, say no, it's fine. But if you know that it's going to stretch you, it's going to pull you forward on your life path. So for me, doing that Chili Peppers thing, it wasn't going to do anything for my music career, but it was absolutely going to stretch me as a singer and a performer, and throw me in the deep end and do something completely different. Absolutely, I knew that at my core. That's why I just said yes, let's do it. And also I got to spend time with my friends, which is always great. So look at each opportunity. If it's in line with what you're doing and it's going to stretch you, just say yes. It's an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to add another success step. You might be here and then one might appear and, oh, that looks a little bit scary. Can I do that? Yeah, you can. And another one comes, and this is how it works. So step number 1 is always say yes. Just say yes and deal with the problem later. That's part of the fun, the tension of how we're going to solve this problem. Ready, fire, aim. That's how we want to look at this. Okay, number 2 is create small steps. You've already said yes, you're already in, we're locked. I don't know what these are, but we're in there, we've said yes. All we need to do is chunk it down. So I'm not going to give you loads more analogies. I'll send you off on too many tangents. Think about the thing that you're scared of doing. Write down all that you have to do to make that thing happen. Put it in an order. This week, next week, the week after, however you need to do it. This is how this is gonna get done. Start there. Find a little reward for when you've done that thing. Get to here and go, yeah, I did that. Got my reward. Oh, this one doesn't look so bad. Keep going down this list and just do one thing a day, one thing a week, whatever it is that's going to get you to your goal. Just chunk it down. People can do incredible things, unimaginable things, when they chunk it all the way down and put it into small little bite-sized pieces. Because the people that do achieve massive things, where people go, how do they do all these things? How do they get all of this stuff done? It's because they break it down into small parts. Maybe delegate some of these things. Chunk these things into small parts, do one thing at a time, do it well, realize you've done the thing and that it's part of the bigger picture. If you fail at one, maybe you know that job isn't for you. You need to try and find someone that can do that job better. And maybe you do it and you pull it off and you realize, wow, I'm actually better than I thought. Maybe I can edit, or maybe I can create a spreadsheet, or I don't know, all of the things that I can't do that. Yes, you probably can. YouTube, Google, these things can help you literally build a rocket if you needed to. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. Or at least find you someone who can build you a rocket. So 1, say yes. 2, create small, attainable actions to get this job done. Number 3, life is short. We don't want to have regrets when we're on our deathbed. They've done studies with people who are dying, and they said, what would you have done? And they said, I wouldn't have regretted all these things, and I wish I'd done more. I wish I hadn't have. Oh, it just gets so sad I don't want to talk about it. It's just sad. You don't want to be one of these people that gets to your final days or in your last moment on earth to go, I didn't do the thing. Can't believe I didn't do it. Why not look at life right now, just as an opportunity? Why not just me and you? Let's just have a little think. Just take a moment. Let's take a breath, actually. Two more. All right, close your eyes for this last one. Can you feel it? Can you feel this motivational rant I'm about to do? I can. You have one life. You have one life, as far as we know. Reincarnation, it's a, put that on the shelf, and we got one life. You are never going to be as young as you are right now. Never. Never again will you be as young as you are right now. And think about your life. Think about all of the things that you want to achieve in life. Think about all of the joys that those things can bring you, the feeling of pride, the feeling of joy, of satisfaction. And decide right now that fear, this feeling that does nothing for you, apart, sometimes it's really good, like, you know, a flame, you know, you need a bit of fear of a flame so you don't burn your hand. So we need it, but we don't need to let it overrule us. We need it as a kind of like a gauge to keep us on track, but we don't need to let it overtake our whole being and stop us from being the person that we're meant to be. And lastly, if you really, really want to step this up, then there's a number of things you can do to help your journey in life be more successful, and that's get a mentor, get a coach, get a guide. I do this. I'd love to absolutely teach you meditation or help guide you through a process or an experience or something that you're doing in life, just to kind of keep you on track, give you a bigger picture of what you could be doing. So get in touch if you want to do that. The link is below, don't you know? And I'll see you in a mo. Get the job done, be awesome. Let us know down below what you're doing. Let us know the best takeaway from this and what sparked you up to get this job done. Write down your block. Let's see if we can all help out. Click those buttons, pass it on, do all this stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. You've been amazing, always great to see you. See you in a bit. I've got to learn how to end these videos.